Hi everyone, Andy Oliver here for a musical theatre review at the O2 Arena here in London. We're ready to interview the cast and celebrities as they turn up for Abba, Mamma Mia, The Party, the immersive dining experience. What a night we have in store. Watch out for the interviews here at Musical Theatre Review. Can you come here tonight without your choreographer head on and enjoy it, or do you just sit back and go, oh, I'm just on a night out?
No, I'm just going to enjoy it. You know, I'm not sort of ever planning to be critical of entertainment, music entertainment. I see whether it's, you know, concerts at the O2, whether it's something like tonight. You know, sometimes I find myself questioning things or loving things passionately, but that's all part of the person I am and what I'm seeing.
Just very quickly, your memories of growing up in the 70s and 80s and Abba,
yeah.
What were they? I've got my own ones.
Oh, I just loved Abba. You know, there's something about the rhythm of the songs, and there's something that kind of climbs into your DNA, and you respond to the music. Thank you for the music.
To quote the music. Yeah. Have a great night, Arlene. I'm going to see it as well, so
have
a great night. How did you become involved in this wonderful experience? It's what I like to call an immersive theatre experience.
We like to call it.
We like to call it. That's three of us. Well, I met Björn some years ago now on a show. We became kind of friends, and then he asked me if I would come in and work on the script.
I met him like so many around beginning of this year, and he was like, "Would you come in?" And I had a bit of a journey because I came in as one thing, and then I ended up as and yeah.
We've all got our own.
She was doing the tea at first.
I was, yes, and sweeping.
We've all got our own memories of Abba. Mine was buying Super Trooper the single from Woolworths for 99p in 1981. So my age. What was yours?
Well, I think probably the Eurovision night. I love the Fernando. I would imagine Waterloo was the big. And my father was Danish, and Danes and Swedes don't always get on. And he sat smoking his pipe watching this and going, damn, I think the Swedes have done it.
Well, have a great night, ladies.
Thank you.
Record. Hello, Craig.
Hello.
I met you at the Bat Out of Hell musical about
Oh yeah, I love that.
That was a great night as well.
That was a really
You
great
look very
night.
dapper, sir.
Well, I've come dressed for Greek Islands.
For the Greek Islands. What is it about this Abba music that still captures our imagination 40, 50 years on?
Well, for me, it's the music and their harmonies and the fact that it's all upbeat, it's all poignant, and also it survived the weather, hasn't it? It's survived time. I remember falling in love with Abba in 1977 when I was a teenager with their Arrival album in Australia, and that was hugely popular, massive hit worldwide, and they're timeless classics.
Growing up, what's your fondest memories? We've all got our own memories. What are yours?
Well, of course, when I was working in Radio 2, which I did for 13 years, we played the music all the time, and then lucky enough to have the boys in talking about the music, and it was always a thrill and a joy really to have them in. And I thought the girls were marvellous. I just loved the way, at that time, the way they dressed, and I still like looking at the videos. And then I interviewed Judy Kramer, and I just think she's marvellous as a producer, the way she has done layer after layer of Mamma Mia and the Abba music. And I like the second film better, strangely enough, than the first. And I've looked at it again, and I like the repeat, and I just find the music has a feel-good factor. But the other thing I've discovered, having listened to it maybe more consciously and deeply recently, is songs like Winner Takes It All. It's got a real depth to it that you don't necessarily think about the first time you hear it.
No,
so I love the music, and I think the boys are so talented, and I think the longevity of everything has been amazing.
I think the longevity, as you say, because you can go to a wedding disco and Dancing Queen will be played and all the kids will be up dancing to it. Our generation, your generation. It's music that will go on and on, isn't it?
It's kind of ageless, really.
It is.
Yeah, and I think it will. And with Judy always reinventing something to do with the music, I think it's astonishing. I'm so looking forward to seeing what's going to happen tonight, because I don't know 100% exactly what's going to. I've got a fair idea, but I hear there might be audience participation, so I'm very excited. I think there will,
and that's new for the West End, isn't it?
Of course. I'm very excited about that.
Thank you, Gloria. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You'll probably be ashamed of me, but anyway, there we go.
Enjoy it. I've been speaking to everyone on the carpet about their memories of Abba. We've all got our own. What are yours?
Well, I mean,
just really growing up with an awareness of them as a fantastic band. I was a fan, but not a kind of crazy fan like Ian is. But I also have it over him because I was around when he wasn't, and I just remember growing up with them and just being, they were just a fantastic band. And it's that amazing thing when, in retrospect, you look back and you can't quite believe they had so many absolutely solid, fantastic hits, one after another. I mean, it's just an amazing run. In a funny way, my strongest awareness of them is towards the end, because I can remember the day before you came, being on the top of the pops and being very aware of how sad a song it was and how different it was. Yeah. So in that way, you never, as I said, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. And suddenly, as they were coming towards the end, I can remember feeling quite sort of sad about that.
I think when we listened to them in the 70s and 80s, as kids, as teenagers, it's only when we grow up and we listen to the music that the meaning in the songs and the lyrics really comes out, doesn't it?
Yeah. They went through a period of being desperately unfashionable, but then time has proven them fantastically correct. But also, and really my first memory obviously is Eurovision.
Yes,
how could I forget that?
Nice to be here with your family on television with Gloria.
Yeah.
Nice to be here with a show like this.
I didn't know Gloria was here.
It is a family experience, isn't it? It's a family show, because even kids today are growing up with Abba.
Well, no, but me and my family, my all the women in my family, my mum, my sister, and cousins, and we've all always loved Abba. I mean, like the 30th party was an Abba party. My mum's 60th birthday party was. We were the first ones to go and see the musical. I went with Martine McCutcheon when she had her audition for Mamma Mia West End before it was even out. Yeah. And I got them to play Dancing Queen as I walked down the aisle, because my husband hated Abba and I went to prove to him that I was always going to be the boss. So it's just been part of our lives, always has been Abba. So this is like next level. This is like Abba on crack now. Because we're going to be, I don't know. I love immersive theatre anyway. I go to the theatre all the time, and I don't know. I mean, I've seen some clips online, and so it looks really great. It better be, otherwise I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, I'm sure it will be fantastic.
And I hope I'm going to get some ouzo, some tzatziki, and a kebab. Because I've just come back from Greece and I'm really bloody missing those three things. And some azure sea, please, too.
Enjoy your night. What is it about Abba's music that still captures our imagination all these years later?
I think it's just real feel-good. Feel-good music. You can sing along with it. It never fails to lift you. Mm-hmm. And I think that at the moment we all need a bit of lifting.
We do. What are you expecting from tonight? I mean, it is going to be a kind of immersive experience that I've never experienced before in musical theatre.
Right, okay.
What are you expecting from tonight?
I love interaction, and I love, it's going to be bright and colourful and upbeat, and I don't really know what to expect. That's the best thing about it. It's going to be a surprise.
What's your memories of Abba growing up? I've got one which I've already mentioned, but I'll mention it later. It's just quite embarrassing. Buying Abba Super Trooper from Woolworths in 1981 for 99p when singles were 99p.
Well, I just remember my mum and dad always, like going to fancy dressing up as Abba and things. And I mean, it's just something that makes you feel nostalgic, and even though it's like really current again with the films, I went to see Mamma Mia in the West End when it first opened, so I love that. And
it's going to be a great night. What is it about this music that transcends generations and worldwide?
I think it's just an effortless feel-good factor. It makes you feel jolly, it makes you feel buoyant, it makes you discover you're in a rhythm, takes you back a million years in your own life history. It's just all good.
Yeah. What are your memories of Abba growing up?
Oh gosh, I remember Waterloo and Eurovision. I remember wondering about their relationships. I remember copying their clothes. And I remember doing all sorts of things I probably shouldn't have been doing along to the beat of their music, so that's what I remember.
I mean, they do transcend music, but they transcend fashion as well, because the fashion is still popular today.
A pair of dungarees, a cap, something shiny, something sparkly, sequiny, something that sticks out. Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Enjoy your night, Vanessa. It's going to be wonderful. Well, Abba transcended their fashion, so do you. I mean, you are the man for fashion, sir, aren't you?
Well, I mean, Abba, they were pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It was the right time, though, for fashion. Everything's got quite boring now.
It has.
Like 70s, it was quite ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's the fashion, that's got to work, right?
Yeah.
The more ridiculous the era, the better the fashion was. The 80s was ridiculous, the 70s was ridiculous, 60s ridiculous. It's sort of like the 90s. And
it's all boring. It's all boring.
muted colours. And I don't know.
So
I
what-
like big collars.
Yeah,
big
it's
collars,
cool, man. It's
platform boots, tight trousers, really tight trousers.
Yeah. What do you expect from the night?
And
Noel?
long hair. I mean, what happens to long hair?
Yeah.
I don't know really, nothing at all. I just sort of come open-minded.
Yeah.
Sandy's told me a little bit,
Yeah.
but I try not to spoil it. I think it'll be fun, right?
Nice to be here with what? Yeah,
I think
it's
it's
going
like
to be
you
fun.
sit down, have a meal, and then people come and start singing.
Come and start singing to you.
Sounds
Is it
insane.
nice to be here with one of your colleagues?
It's really nice,
Yeah.
yeah. And usually we're in a tent judging
Yeah.
cake. Well, not judging cake, eating cake. So it's quite nice to see her outside of that. She's quite busy. She's always doing something.
Very intelligent lady.
Very bright, super bright, and also just works really hard. You know, she's got a book coming out, and she's doing this, she's doing QI. Amazing, really. She's quite inspiring.
She is inspiring. So are you, Steph.
She
So
makes
are
me
you.
feel lazy.
Have a great night, Noel. Have a great night. Thank
Really
you.
nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Well, I mean, what's your memories of ABBA? I've been speaking to it, but I can't help but talk about the memories because ABBA does evoke memories.
ABBA does evoke amazing memories, and the songs are timeless across so many generations. I'm, of course, far too young to know them originally.
Oh, of course.
But the Mamma Mia films are priceless. There's not a Mamma Mia song or an ABBA song that doesn't come on and you just think, oh, it's amazing, you're up dancing, you're up singing.
Yeah.
So tonight, to be having a meal in a Greek taverna with the songs going on around you, dancing around you, I am going to be up dancing with hummus all over the place.
So we
cannot
we're
wait.
invited for once.
It's very, yes, it's
got
so
invited.
exciting.
Quite crazy.
I mean,
before that
what
they
is it
all-
about ABBA's
the girls
music?
were quite young, weren't they,
When
it happened.
I think when you listen to it when you're younger, you don't realise the lyrics and the depth of the song and the lyrics, do you? It's only when you get older that you go, wow, that's actually got some meaning, that song.
They are the most amazing constructed pop songs. I don't think anyone's ever had so many amazing one after the other hits of just that really, really good pop. And they're not one of those bands where they all sound the same. You know, they all have you can tell it's ABBA, but they're all so different. And some beautiful moving ballad songs to huge,
Pop songs.
uproaring pop
Yeah,
songs.
yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Have a great night. We'll see you in
Thank
there.
you. See you.
Good evening, madam.
Hi,
How are
good
you doing?
evening.
A very proud night for you tonight
Yes,
with this.
absolutely.
And a different experience for us.
A very different experience. It's a different type of a show. You know, it is really immersive. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it?
I've not seen the immersive one, not
No.
seen this one.
Oh, you've seen this?
No, I haven't seen this
you
one.
haven't
No,
seen
no,
this one?
I'm coming for the first time tonight.
Oh, you are? Well, there you are. You'll
Yes.
see it. It's when it started in Stockholm, it was a bit of an experiment because, you know, I don't think anybody was sure how it would work. And now they see it's really working. And in London, you know, people don't realise until they get to the show what it is, actually. They think maybe, oh, is it Mamma Mia? No, it's not Mamma Mia. You know, we are going to Greece, actually. We're going to a restaurant. We're part of the show.
I guess sometimes when we watch a show in the West End in particular, there is that barrier between us and the and the stage. This takes that barrier down, doesn't it?
It does, because there's no stage. It's just happening all around you. So I think that is what is different about it, you know. And yet, you can be as involved as you want to be. You know, we don't force you to come out and sing. You know,
Some people aren't like this. Some people don't like to be, do they?
But they do, and they do. You
Yeah.
know, you see them, everybody just getting up and wanting to be part of it.
Because of course ABBA transcends generations over the years, doesn't it? It still makes us excited wherever we hear the music.
I think one of the most incredible things that I see when I'm watching this now in the previews is kids from 8 and people up. We had a lady who was 90 the other night who said she'd be back next Friday. And, you know, it's such a big cross-section of people. And that, I think, ABBA does in a way I can't think any...
And will always do.
And
I think
will
we'll
always
always do.
I believe so. It's
Thank
my
you.
view.
Enjoy your night.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to meet you, sir.
You too.
Absolute pleasure. What can we expect from this experience? Because it is going to be a different experience as in terms of a theatre goer, isn't it?
It is a new concept. We're pretending that we are in Skoplos in Greece. So when you come in through the doors, you're taken into another world. You're on holiday in Greece. You're in a taverna, you're in a courtyard with a fountain and olive trees. And you sit down at your table and you have some wine and some Greek hors d'oeuvres. And then you're treated to a story in real time between Nikos, who owns the taverna, his family and friends, and the waiters, all his staff. And it's taking place around you, everywhere. And you're part of it. It's totally immersive. And then it ends with a big, spectacular show, and then after that, a disco.
does it still surprise you, or are you still proud of the fact that your music still, for example, at a wedding in the UK, you'll have a disco, and the little boy of 8 will get up to dance to your songs, and the grandmother of 90 will get up to dance to your songs.
It's a phenomenon that I've never been able myself quite to understand, but it's what can I say? It's amazing and it's great, and I'm really humble and grateful. but I don't know how it happens.
This must be a different type of theatre than you've done before.
For sure, yeah.
Close up to the audience like
Yes.
that. What is it actually like?
It's incredible. You give so much, but you get so much back. It's amazing. The performance just shoots up throughout the evening. And at the beginning, maybe people are a bit taken aback with the fact they were so close, but then you really see them sort of respond. And it's just a gift to be able to do that and to be able to be amongst them, really.
I mean, listen to your voice. It sounds like you are, you're down there. Your register is down there, but you see, other songs are. I mean, this must have tested you as a performer.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a challenge, but again, it's a gift to be able to perform these songs in this context as well. Because I think what we're trying to do is, of course, do justice to the songs, but also tell the story. And I think it's a sweet story, so it's worth telling.
What is it about Abba's music then that has stayed popular today?
I think, they're incredible tunes. Everybody knows them, and they're beautiful tunes. And also, sometimes we get distracted by the tunes because they're so good, but the lyrics are actually amazing. And some of the songs, like The Winner Takes It All, One of Us, Lay All Your Love, I think they're incredible from a sort of lyric point of view. And so I think that's why they're still relevant.
A final question.
Yeah.
As a performer, some of us, when we listen to ABBA songs, we think, they might be all right to sing, but as a performer, once you start singing them, you realise that they were really good singers.
Absolutely, yes. And the voices were incredible, and I think Agneta and Frida quite a few times mentioned how quite often they were pushed and pushed and pushed, and you can tell because it makes a difference. Really, really high, difficult tunes to sing, but they just shine. So we try to do justice to them. Really.
I'm going to let you lie down. You might need a lie down after what you've just done. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
I'm here with the cast of Mamma Mia, and we've just watched probably the most, I call it immersive theatre, and it is immersive theatre. It is as immersive as you can get.
I think so, yes.
How do you feel after? I mean, we do have adrenaline being on stage, but that is another level for me because the audience are there.
The audience are literally there, and that's what I love most about it. And it is something completely different. It's something that we don't do in this country. I mean, yes, you can go to theatres where people will come and entertain you while you're eating, but with this, we try and make everyone feel that they're part of the story all the way through. And I have to say, the audiences, I mean, tonight, normally press nights and gala nights, people sit on their hands and they don't really join in. And everyone did tonight. Everyone was singing and having the most fantastic time. That made everyone anything.
I often say that when I'm doing anything in front of my mentors, it adds a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Having Björn and Benny in the room must have given you that extra, I don't know what, adrenaline,
Well, I'm very lucky because I did Mamma Mia for a long time. And so I got to know them over the years. And so to me, I mean, they're like old mates, which is great. I mean, I've sent Björn up the whole time. First time I got to like her, I just went up to him and I went, "This is your fault." So whenever I see him now, he goes, "I know, it's my fault, it's my fault." I love them both to death.
I was speaking to Fred about the songs, and people get up and sing them on karaoke. We see that, but people don't realise how difficult vocally those songs really are.
They really are difficult, and they all tell stories. It's not like, with the greatest respect to the Beatles, it's not she loves you, she loves you. They all have a story, they all have a history for Benny and Björn. So you're telling their lives and Agneta's and Frida's lives in their songs, and the melodies are extraordinary. I mean, you can dance to them, you can fall in love to them,
Cry to them.
you can, you can cry to them, and they're so full of history and so full of, I don't know, so full of memories. I mean, I just love it.
I spoke to the cast, some of the celebrities, and I was talking about memories. And I haven't figured up again. My memory was going into Woolworths in 1981 and buying Super Trooper for 99p. The singles were 99p in Woolworths. And that's my memory. That as an 11-year-old, I was introduced to that. What's yours?
My memory was watching Eurovision Song Contest and seeing them and thinking, they are outrageous, and what is this song? And then realising I spent the whole of the next day singing it, and thought, well, because I was always into Led Zeppelin, I was into Free, I was into, I mean, I really love rock. And so for suddenly to come across these four Swedes singing this song and thinking, I quite like that, and then finding out more about them, and then of course hearing Dancing Queen, hearing Chiquitita, hearing all the other songs, and just going, they're poetry. I mean, these are, this will go down as classical music of its time.
So well.
Yeah, absolutely.
All I can say is bravo.
Thank
As
you.
a theatre man myself, I say bravo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bless you, my darling. Thank you.
Well, everyone, we've just seen the wonderful, dining experience. You can call it a lot of things, immersive theatre. This is Kate, aka Steph, who has been lucky enough to play the part.
No, it was in Mamma Mia.
No, in Mamma, that's what it was. Yeah, you were wearing Mamma Mia. How has this been? It's a different type of theatre. It has tested you in a different way as a performer.
Oh, completely, because you've got people who are like there, and sometimes, we're used to having that full wall, and you're used to having that barrier between you and the audience, and here the audience are there, which is great, but sometimes, if they're bored, then you're like, oh, I see you right there.
As a performer, we've all been there.
Yeah, and it's the things that people get annoyed with, like when people's phones are ringing or taking pictures and stuff. Here it's all fine. So it's like, and it's things like staying in the moment. I was like, if I could stay in the moment here with all this going on around me, like when I get back to a normal stage, I'm going to be like, this is so easy.
How did you become involved in this? You've obviously West End actress, theatre actress. How did you become involved in this project?
It was just a normal audition. So it was just there are many things that I was kind of auditioning for at the time. This was just another one. It's cast by the same team as Mamma Mia, as in the casting team. Nothing, the creative team is completely different. So I think when the casting team were thinking about who to pull in for it, and the whole story of me running down the road to Mamma Mia was happened last year, I think it was just like, oh, let's get Steph in and see.
Did you feel like as a performer, you talk about that barrier, the orchestra, the barrier. There is a barrier there between you and the front row of the stalls.
Yeah.
Here there isn't.
Yeah.
Did you think this is something that's going to test me? I want to do this because it is going to test you as a performer in a different way.
I think for me, because I do quite a lot of cabaret, I'm quite used to talking to an audience. So I think what I hadn't realised was how handy that experience would be when it came to actually doing this. Because you have to feel like I can have a chat with this person, and I have no idea what this person's going to say. I have no idea, and I just have to think off the cuff.
You're thinking on your feet.
Yeah, and sometimes it goes down like a lead balloon, and sometimes it's great, but you just have to be like, okay, and move on from it. And thankfully, like tonight, I'm working with Joanna Monro, who is so quickly. So if it looks at any moment like I'm suddenly going, no idea, so she just jumps in and it's real team do this. Which is
I do feel like being from the North East, I have to talk to you about a certain Billy Elliot and a certain musical, and your feelings and your experience on that. I've spoken to a lot of people about Billy Elliot over the years, and in the North East we have a big thing about the minds, and we have a big thing about we all know somebody who was called, on all those 60 words. What was your experience like on that?
Working on the show. For me, it was the best show I've ever worked on. I think the story of it and the script of Billy Elliot was just. I think that West End is a salad place. It's not there.
No.
And I really hope it comes back, I would do that show again in a heartbeat, just because it was one of the most amazing experiences. I felt so proud to be in that show.
It's real. It's very real.
It's got heart. It's got like it's gritty and it's telling you're telling a real life story of something that happened, and it was I was in it the day that Michael Patches did. That was that show. And it was real. There was a lot of emotions going on.
I went to see it in. Sorry, I'm talking about movies, but I went to see it, and the person behind me was just going, "What they're saying? What's Ben? What's this?" And he had to say, "Look, you better look in the programme because you've lost stuff already." But fantastic performance.
Thank you.
It's been a wonderful night. Thank you. Thank you for the music, if we can say that, and bravo.
Thank you for the music.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, well, we've just witnessed the phenomenal night that we've had. It must be a special feeling for you as a performer to perform in that kind of theatre, other than being on a stage.
It's magical, pretty magical. Yeah, I feel so lucky. This is just something else. It's very special.
How did you? I mean, you see you as a performer, then you're doing your acrobats. I take it you've had some kind of gymnastic training.
I didn't have a bit of training. No, it was natural.
So natural. I'll have to try that. I won't probably get very far.
Well, the wonderful Arlene that you saw do her amazing aerial skills, she taught me my little routine. So she's amazing.
I've been speaking to the cast members about, when we perform in front of our mentors, it's sometimes a little bit more daunting. How was it tonight with, obviously, the two main men here?
Yes. Well, as long as you don't cross their eyes, then you're fine. But as soon as you see them, you're like, oh yeah, okay, back to Constantina. I was just trying, my little trick is to really try and focus on each other's characters and really listen to each other. So really go back to who am I talking to, and my dad talking to me or Adam talking to me. That just brings me back straight away.
As a performer, how do you? I do a lot of theatre and have a lot of theatre friends. So how do you learn a script? Can I just give you a script? A Laban just said, right, there's the next production. How do you learn as a professional? If you're going to give some advice to people out there in theatre school and people who want to get the message, how would you look at a lib and a score and put it in your head? And
for me, a lot of repetition. That's just the way I work, and slowly, and then things add up. But it depends. I think there's two options. You can either learn your lines before you start rehearsing, and then try and find. But I think I prefer, and Sandi told us to not learn the lines straight away.
Before it's set.
Because she wants us to feel it first and not learn words and more a feeling or interacting, and then it will come into your body quite naturally. We repeat, we rehearse so much that at some point it just goes in. And then you find, what I found really interesting is after a few previews you find new stuff that you thought you knew your lines and you thought you knew everything about the little thing you're doing, and then you're like, oh, I could say this like that, and you just try new things.
I guess this is the type of theatre where every night's different because the audience are different and audience reactions are different.
Yeah, we get
which you don't get from a theatre crowd.
No, and you get it right in your face. So you just have to, just take it and play with it. Just go along with it.
Well, I've said to all the other performers, bravo, we've had a wonderful night. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your run as long as it is. Yeah. You'll be gutted when it finishes, probably.
I know,
It's wonderful.
We just bounce it all right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you.